Pisces, welcome to your Sunday Shuffle. Like always, these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say, there may or may not resonate, so take what resonates, leave what does not. What's going on, please, for Pisces? Show me Pisces. Show me Pisces, show me Pisces, show me Pisces. Show me Pisces, please. There we go. What's going on, please, for Pisces? Oh, goodness me. Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Honey, God, you know, I know it's easier said than done. I'm putting down a couple of cards, but to me, it's like, let it be done. Let it be done. Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles. I feel like I've been seeing hard stuff for you guys. Well, not just you, obviously, but there's some things that the collective are still trying to work through, get through, push through. And it's hard because on my end, I'm like, make changes. Then I can see changes and I can report changes to you, please. And I can't, you know, I kind of have to go along with what I'm seeing. And Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles, ow, 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 owie, and some more owies. You know, it's a breakage and it looks like it needs to break or wants to break or it can't stay together of its own accord anymore. And then King of Pentacles, hopefully I'm seeing you feel okay about this here towards the end. If that's where you're leaning or if that's what's best for the situation, so may it be. You know, God, you guys, you know, how many times can you be stabbed in the back or stabbed in the heart or try to keep something from breaking? You know? Let's see that Ten of Swords, please. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me the Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me the Ten of Swords. King of Pentacles twice. Some of you have some very prominent earth in your chart. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Some of you are holding out for this despite the pain out of sheer stubbornness. Now, that's not a judgment on my part. You look at that and you tell me if that's smooth or not smooth. King of Pentacles who says, I know what's up. I know who I am. But he won't let this go despite the fact he keeps holding on to this. Ten of Swords. So we're not letting this proposed ending just happen. We are resisting it. Four of Pentacles, I gotta hold on to this. Nine of Wands, and it's repetitive. So Nine of Wands, guys, is what we call the insanity card. It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You holding on to this is like, if I hold on to this with enough conviction, strength, anger, willpower, whatever it is you want to call it, keeps them from falling apart, so be it. That's what I got to do. And what has that done for you? Except delay an ending. It's costing you a great deal of your own energy to keep this together. And I mean a great deal. It's that sacrifice to you. You're the one who has to pay the bill at the end of the day. You're working very hard to hold on to something that doesn't want to seem to hold you back or hold on to you either. It's painful. I understand it's painful. Are you trying to just prevent yourself from feeling the pain? Because you're going to feel it. You doing this is just another form of pain. So keep that in mind, okay? The thing that we're afraid of provoking the most is often what we induce. This is just another form of pain. Okay? And like I said, you're the one who's paying that particular bill. But, I don't know, guys. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. We gotta get outside of that box. It's however it applies to you or doesn't. So take it resonates, leave it does not. You're either Pisces that's desperate to hold on to a situation that causes you nothing but harm, or you're not. I don't even know that you particularly care very well for this. It's almost like a point of stubbornness that you refuse to let it go. Insistence, too, with that Nine of Wands. The tune doesn't change, the battle doesn't change, the argument doesn't change within yourself or outside of yourself, internal or external. The argument, the battle, the whatever, the force of will has not changed. So no change plus no change equals no change. And I say this all the time. People hold on to things and they wonder why nothing changes. They refuse to make change and they wonder why nothing changes. It's a weird sort of mentality people have. Well, I've done absolutely nothing different and I still don't have change. I expect radical change, Christina, just not at my inconvenience. That would suggest I have to do work or think about things or make things happen, and no, I shouldn't have to do that. So Why won't you let this ending happen? You know? Let's see that Five of Pentacles. Let's see that Five of Pentacles. Let's see that Five of Pentacles. Show me that Five of Pentacles, please. Could be a job. Could be some sort of continuing function that you have in conjunction with someone else. I don't know. Let's see that Five of Pentacles, please. Show me that Five of Pentacles. Good Lord. I'm just getting hit with them calls today. Okay, the Magician, the Fool, the Stars. And yet, there's another side of you altogether that actually wants this to be over. So why won't you let it? When I look at that Five of Pentacles, which is the actual breakage, you show me manifestation, the Fool, the Stars. If this thing was allowed to fall and complete, you could actually open yourself into something else altogether that is nothing to do with this. Something that's beautiful, of your own true, a reflection of your true will and your true spirit, and not the reality that you feel so desperate to keep. But you could be in alignment with a whole other pathway. Like I said, that has nothing to do with what's trying to fall apart. This is beautiful. That's absolutely gorgeous. The Magician, the Fool, the Stars. And completely parting ways with this, you could potentially open up into a whole new world, a whole new life, being free of this. I don't know why you feel so desperate to hold on to that reality, when what you have to gain by letting it go is so much bigger than that, but perhaps you can't see it. I just know it's a star. It could be very good for you, healthy, and is something so much stronger. Let me see this King of Pentacles. Are you having a hard time parting ways with this because you once saw this as a vision? And it's hard for you to adopt an idea of a new vision. Is that what that is? That would make sense. Before this was a Ten of Swords, before it was a Four of Pentacles, before it was a Nine of Wands, before it was a Five of Pentacles, was this a vision for you? Did you put yourself into it? Did you put your life into it? And that's why you're trying to hold on to it, because it's like there's still a vision in you. I know there is. So you're keeping a tight fist on it. But in breaking from this, you would have an opportunity for something so much stronger and bigger. But if you're still approaching this old situation with the mentality that you can be what you once were, such as Rome will rise again, it never did. There are some things that are beyond repair. And it's us as human beings to realize that, to let it go, so we can accommodate and allow into our lives what is actually correct for us. We can't do that when we're going like this. Let's see that King of Pentacles, please. Let me see where you're landing. You got a King of Pentacles over here and over here. One's in a very negative context. I think you're at breaking point, if I'm being honest with you, with whatever this is. Let's see that King of Pentacles, please. Let's see that King of Pentacles. Let's see that King of Pentacles, please. Especially some of you feel very possessive of whatever that situation is. You put a lot of your life into it, as the King, Queen of Pentacles are wont to do. They really invest themselves physically into their environment. So I understand that sense of I have to hold on to this. Ace of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. See, you're still not concluded. I still think you see whatever this is as how it used to be. Ace of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. In your mind, this is still a foundation worth keeping. Foundation. Somebody asked me the other day what that means. I use these terms every day, all day, but that doesn't mean everyone's familiar with them. So the Ten of Pentacles is everything that we put ourselves into in the 3D material world that goes beyond our personal finances. So this is family, friends, community, connectivity in the general sense of people and activities, situations, places, things that exist in the real world. They are part of our everyday environment and structure. That includes also our personal home, career, finances, and how we perceive and navigate our 3D reality. In other words, not inconsequential. Okay, so this King of Pentacles, which appeared here and here, this is what you're dealing with in reality. How you perceive it and still believe it with the Ace of Swords is to be something worth saving with the Ten of Pentacles, but you are not happy with it at all. But you're saying it's still your job as King of Pentacles to preserve what's there. Only in the process of doing so, it seems to be causing you more harm than good. And again, this is our responsibility as human beings to understand this. You can say something is your foundation, but that doesn't mean it was built well or that it proves stable over time. And if you're spending more energy trying to keep it together, stitch it together, and apply a truth to it that's no longer true, you're going to spend a lot more energy trying to keep it together than actually liking it, appreciating it, or being able to find yourself in it anymore. So I see the two sides of you. But there's one thing your both sides have in common, is that you're not happy. Parts of you want this to fall. But the real Pisces, the 3D Pisces, refuses to let it. And I believe it's because of the physical reality attached to it. I can't let this fall, practically speaking. I put too much of myself in it. The spiritual Pisces wants to be done with this. The emotional Pisces, the one that desires new starts and new beginnings, new adventures, new foundations, ones that are actually healthy, sustainable, and has the best parts of you in it. That Pisces wants to be somewhere else. If it was in my realm, my wheelhouse of starting over, I would. But I can't really admit that to myself. I have too much going on here. I can't just let it go. And why am I saying it? Because it's a not truth, or because it is a truth? Only you guys can figure out what is worth your time, energy, and effort. And I know that sounds so easy. And I hear people say it all the time. I would never do this, or I'd never allow that to happen. I would never allow a dynamic like this to play out. I would never. That's just not the reality for most people. The reality for most people is that I've built something up to a certain point, and it hurts me every day to continue to participate in it. I don't particularly care for it. I don't love it. It doesn't love me back. It doesn't give me like it used to. It takes up a phenomenal amount of time, and I'm actually unhappy every day, if I was being honest with myself. But hey, I put so much of myself into it this time, so calling it a loss, Christina, I can't just do that. Okay. And yet the point remains. Why does half of you desire to be done with it then? It can't be, Pisces, I either put up with it like this indefinitely, or I throw it all away altogether. Now that's not practical. Yeah, out of a 10 of Pentacles, you're telling me there's parts of this you can't keep and still feel like you're doing your job. Okay. There's got to be a compromise between, somewhere in here, about the pieces of this that you can keep and that are right and salvageable, and still allowing yourself a fresh start. I hope you give yourself some room and allowance to see these things, because this is the part that draws my eyes. That's the authentic self, because you can't fake this. It either is or it isn't. And I know it's not nearly as exciting because you can't see it in the 3D. So how does this have any concept to you that you can put your hands on? You'd have to live it in order to experience it, or allow yourself to experience it. You'd have to be willing to live it. Part of you desires that break a great deal, to start over. But then you turn right back around and say, but this is what I have to work with realistically. My feelings forward aside. I don't know why I'm seeing this today, because I'm not seeing anything that comes close to resolution. But I would love to see you in a place where you don't feel like you have to hold on to this because what? There's nothing else? That's not true. That's not true. I do feel energetically, spiritually, you're at a breaking point here. And I know what will happen. You'll turn back around and say, I have to stick to this. Regardless of how I feel about it, I have to stick to it. And you're going to drive that particular whip. That's the bull whip. Keep going. Keep going. Like I said, you're the one who pays the price at the end of the day. For all the energy you have to exert to make something happen, does that mean it should be happening? If you have to make yourself do anything, or make anyone do anything, or a situation do anything, does that mean it's for you or not for you? Big difference between creating a foundation, maintaining it, and feeling like you have to drive it by all means necessary in order to make it work. Makes you wonder, rightfully so, if it's meant for you. If you have to force it to make it work. And that's what I see that opening. Okay? High honor. Some of you, loyalty. Some of you consider there's certain positions of honor or respectability observable. People can see you or your movements and the actions you take. And the expectation here is that you are expected to act in a way that's loyal to what you have created here, whether you like it or not. You're saying it's the honorable thing to do. Is it? Does that look very honorable to the self? Everything begins with the self. Is that the kind of loyalty you're looking for in your life? One that's forced? One that feels like it's obligated to give back to you? Forced loyalty? Kind of a contradiction. And that's, I think, the real idea. Some of you feel like you're trapped. Horizon. Change. You thought about it. You've thought about it. You've thought about it so many. Why am I saying a number in verse? 9229. Is 29 an important number? 92. Horizons. There's something here on the distant horizon that you have thought about before. I see it kind of. But it requires change. There's another character here I can't see. That in order to acquire this, it would require change and a different vision of the horizon. But then it stops. Imprisonment. Mirrored numbers. Always pay attention to mirrored numbers. Okay. It's about that life pathway. You chose to get on it. It's hard to believe it, but you can choose another path. Okay. I want you to do something with this, and that's if you resonate. If you don't resonate, don't take it. That's it. Check your placements. There's no excuse to get angry with readings like this. It either relates to you or doesn't. You're either somebody who kind of low-key and not so low-key. And there are times, let's make this clear, you have bad days and you despise everything you built and anyone who's in it. And you feel like it's all on you, man, to keep it together. That's that bullwhip. I have to stay here and keep doing this even though I don't want to, out of loyalty. And that sense of loyalty is what's taking you to a breaking point. So yeah, this either fits you or it don't. That's it. On a Friday, what that has to do with anything I couldn't say. It just says on a Friday and within 5 years. That could be within 5 years or less than 5 years. About what? I don't know. And on a Thursday. Thursday, Friday, within... No. I can't see all of you. This is a short read. But some of you said if there isn't improvement with this within 5 years. So I don't know when your 5-year marker started, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, a year ago. But some of you made a dedicated, if it stays like this within 5 years, then I'll do something. So I want you to take a look at that date. What made you even prompt that idea to begin with? If things aren't better reasonably within 5 years, then you'll do something. When did your 5-year resolution start? 4 years ago? 3 years ago? Do you have enough evidence yet that maybe 5 years isn't even worth it? I don't know. F, G, X, and then the medallion of Gemini, and the word intelligent. Oh, this one. And X twice, 2 X's. Double X. Strike 1, strike 2. Are we on a strike 3 in this situation? Because I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it. But it's up for you in the future. So it's looking like whatever the situation is gets another chance. Because I see you with that same sense of fortitude and direction and sense of self. The truth is I have to stick to the foundation even if I'm unhappy. So are we coming up on strike 3? 5-year timeline be damned? Something to think about. And I do want you to think about it. Pisces, honey, difficult as it is, nevertheless I do this because I hope it helps. Something to think about. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.